My name is Summer. I teach yoga through Tarpon Springs Community Center as well as through coordinated childcare. I teach middle school yoga to at-risk youth as well as to adults, just basically anybody who really is in need of yoga. I love the fact that I really believe that yoga is for everybody and it shouldn't just be for those people who can afford it. I think it has tremendous therapeutic potential to really heal people from the inside out. It promotes a healthy lifestyle as well as the ability to find a source of release and inner calmness. A little bit about me, I used to be an elementary school teacher. I graduated from UCLA. I went to the teacher education program there where we worked in inner city schools. From there I taught 5 years of special education in New Mexico, and I've worked in the bilingual program here in Pinellas County. I really love teaching. I really love children, and my heart goes out to them, but I want to do something that I believe is really going to impact them in a more meaningful way, something that I can really get behind, and to me that's yoga. So I try to spread yoga not just to children, but also to adults, to the elderly, to the disabled, as well as people who are looking to get into shape. I heard about Peace4Tarpon through a student of mine. She's actually a hospice nurse, and she saw the peace flags in Tarpon, and she told me about Peace4Tarpon. And I looked into the website, and I met the members of the community, and I just realized that here are these people who genuinely and truly believe in spreading a message of love and compassion. And it's not a bunch of people who are sitting around getting paid minimum wage and wanting to be at home and doing something else. These are people who genuinely care. And that really struck a chord with me. It struck such positivity and such warmth. I just really wanted to be a part of this. So I realized that as an elementary school teacher and just in daily life, I've learned that people are going through things all the time. And we tend to look at people through a lens of judgment and fear. We see people in relation to ourselves. So it becomes something like, why is this person so angry at me? You know, what did I do wrong that's causing this person to be this way? And so immediately we judge the other person and think, oh, you know, this person's horrible. You know, I don't want anything to do with this person. Instead of looking at that person through a lens of compassion and understanding and realizing that we are all going through things in life. And when somebody mistreats us or when somebody treats us poorly, it's most likely because there's something going on with that person. Peace4Tarpon is about addressing those needs. It's about addressing the inner turmoil and strife that we all go through, and recognizing that trauma isn't some big thing that's going to end up on the newspaper every day. It's not the figures that we see in the newspaper or in the media, although that is part of it. Trauma is something that is so often underlying and unseen and unheard. It shows up in the kid who is, you know, violent at school, or the child who, you know, just shows up and seems all messed up. Maybe there's gum in his hair, or he's coming and smelling bad, and you're wondering, you know, why didn't he take a shower? And instead of just immediately judging, you know, what's wrong with this person, Peace4Tarpon sees people in a different lens. They see people as individuals who are dealing with all these different aspects of life. Be it, you know, some kind of abuse or neglect, or maybe not even something so difficult. It could be a car accident. It could be the death of a family member or of a pet. You know, it could just be a really difficult day, maybe the end of a relationship. We all have things going on all the time. And I think that we want to spread a message of unity. And Peace4Tarpon shows people that by coming together, working together, and showing each other love and compassion, and seeing, discussing and brainstorming, coming together with ideas and seeing the members of our community in a different perspective as what do they need? How can we help them? What's really going on, rather than we need to just judge or get rid of or push them out of the light, because that's what happens to people. We kind of push them to the edges because we don't want to see what isn't pretty. So the ACE study shows us that there are so many different types of trauma, and these types of trauma can really affect people throughout their entire lives, and little things can build up. And through small acts of compassion, we can really make a difference. So I would love to bring yoga into the greater community through all the memberships, through the connections that Peace4Tarpon has. I think that we can bring yoga to people who normally wouldn't have the opportunity to experience anything like that, who think that yoga is for the elite, the people who eat salad for lunch and dinner, and who buy organic food, and it's people who are like that. Whereas I think that yoga is for everybody. And when we can take these things that are normally reserved for those who can afford it and bring it to everybody, we begin to create an equality. We begin to take away that veil of mystery that surrounds these aspects of the higher social economic status. And we can bridge those gaps between different sectors of society, create mutual trust, and also heal the wounds of the people who really need it. Because I can't go out and give somebody something that's going to make them better, but I can teach them skills that are going to help them empower themselves. And there's nothing more valuable than teaching somebody else that they can do it, and that they can heal, and that life goes on, and that people care. And because people care for them, they should care for themselves.